Morning, everyone. It is a very wet day out. We are heading northward to try and get out beyond the front here at some point. Looking for stuff to flip since it's going to be a little cold for anything to be out moving. But fingers crossed we managed to pull something out of this. Otherwise, it's going to be a cold and wet last 48 hours out here. And for quite a while it stayed cold and wet. Drove all the way up out of Oklahoma to the edge of Kansas before things started to let up a little bit and I was able to find a place to stop and look around. Some gorgeous wildflowers popped up at first, but it took a little while before any animals started showing up. First find was a pretty decent one though. Well, not much yet on this cold, windy day, but we've got a flip spot with a Great Plains skink. Pretty nice looking one actually too. So hopefully there's a few other things under these rocks here in situ before I grab him. That is a Great Plains ground snake. I have been looking for these for so long. That's a pretty interesting looking one too. Trying to get him to sit for the camera here. He's almost banded, but not quite. Orangey red colors on his back. Look at that. Alrighty. These guys are quite widespread through the southern Great Plains. And then roughly along the kind of Pecos River, Carlsbad region, they start to exchange with the western variable ground snake. These guys come in a huge number of variations, from extremely heavily, like almost tricolor banded. They actually get quite similar to a Sonoran coral pattern, to bicolor banded, to slate gray solid colors, pewter with orange stripes down their backs, and so many variations in between that. Finally got one though, and this is not the brightest colored guy, but certainly an interesting one because he's like halfway between like the orange striped almost unicolor and banded, because he does have faint bands. That is so awesome. Great. And it's really obvious looking at him now, this guy is definitely in shed, so he could be a much brighter colored animal than he is right now. Maybe we'll get lucky and find one that's a better color example, but still cool nonetheless. What a gorgeous little snake. Well, I guess I found the wildlife spot because I just lost another big fat skink. And check out this cold male collared lizard who's hiding under a rock. How cool of him. We'll just make sure he gets back under his spot here so we don't bother him too much and he stays warm under there. Well, check out the colors on this guy, huh? That is a brilliant Great Plains skink. Holy cow. What a gorgeous lizard. I've not seen them with like the pinky stripes like that before. That is so cool. Alright, dude, we'll get your rock back. Got ourselves a decently sized Scolopendra polymorpha there. Reddish head, black bands. We'll just put his rock back down though. I didn't realize they came this far west, but we got the brown skinks around here still. That explains what I lost a couple of minutes ago. But, yep, these guys are in the gypsum hills too. What an adorable little thing. Alright, back into the rock with you. Zoom. Well, found another And he is not in shed, and oh my goodness, look at that banded coloration. What a spectacular ground snake. He is bright blood orange color with those bands. Holy smokes, look at him. Good example. Compared to the other one, these guys really are quite variable. Look at that coloration. Spectacular. Alright, well, despite it being a cold, windy day, the snakes are still coming. With this brand new species for the channel, too. How gorgeous. Alright, we'll replace his rock and get him back under it so he can stay warm. As this first pic demonstrates, even when they're cold, these guys can be quite fast moving. But great example too of how this coloration might actually help them survive predation by the flicker fusion method, where as the snake moves very quickly, those banded patterns break up the outline of the animal, make it hard to determine which direction it's going, and so it gives the snake a chance to get away. Now, these guys, something I didn't mention earlier, they are one of the few snakes that actually eat insects and arthropods and such. Some of their favorite foods are spiders, centipedes like that giant desert centipede we saw a little bit ago, and scorpions, among other things. So they take on some quite powerful arthropod prey items despite their relatively small size. Definitely an interesting environment out here, the Gypsum Hills, the Red Hills of Kansas. There are not very many places to stop where I can flip for stuff. It's definitely an area that would be better to come back and cruise during warmer weather when things come out and move across the road on their own, because they hide in the cracks and crevices and the tunnels within the dirt of the hills here. Rocks themselves in most places are buried quite a ways underneath the red dirt as well. But on a sunny day, it's quite beautiful out here, I must say. Alright, so it seems we have found the rain again. And we are approaching end destination for today, so I think that's about it for today. Bit of a shorter video, not too surprised considering the weather though, but we got a new species of snake on the board, so that's definitely a positive. If we find some good stuff tomorrow before we head home, then you'll see that in the next video. Otherwise, there might be a short insert here, but wherever I will be next. Hope you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on what's coming up. I do have plans for a Utah trip coming up, as well as West Texas. So we'll see how those go. If you do enjoy these videos, make sure to like, share if you know somebody else who might enjoy them. Leave comments, questions below the video here. If you'd like to see more about the stuff that I do, the animals and plants that I work with, you can find my website at carltoncarnivores.com, where the database and blog are at. I'm always posting photos and videos and such on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. at Carlton Carnivores. And if you'd like to help support in a more financial manner, because these trips do cost quite a bit, as well as the editing of the videos does take some time, consider buying some of the plants or merchandise that I have at my website shop. You can also become a Patreon member. Members there get early access to the videos, exclusive merchandise, and if it's your thing, access to the monthly seed contest that I do for things that I don't offer on my website or that are expensive on my website. You might be able to get for less. You can also donate at coffee or simply contact me for other means. All the links for these things will be in the video description below. But until next time, I'm Hawk and Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.